Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at etrailer, and today we are looking at the Swagman XTC4 bike platform rack here on a 2017 Toyota RAV4. So the XTC4 is a strong, sturdy bike rack, something that you would look at if you're looking for a minimalistic bike rack. Also, if you want something that can carry your 4 bikes without it being as much of a sway as you would get on a hanging style rack, this might be a good option for you and your RAV4, especially if you have all of your friends or your family here in your RAV4 and you all want to go for a bike ride. This might be the bike rack for you. So let's take a look at the way our bike is mounted to this bike rack. So we have 2 wheel straps. So one in the front, and it uses a thick rubber strap to hold that wheel into place. Actually, that wheel strap is doing most of the work, as well as those wheel loops to hold that bike down. Your third mounting point is this ratcheting hook, and this ratcheting hook is actually just holding your bike in place as those wheel straps do create most of the traction. So when you want to take your bike off, you start at the wheel straps. So you start by pulling on the strap in order to disengage it from that tab. Do the exact same thing on the other side. That's the thing with a 4-bike platform rack though, is that you're going to have to figure out the best way to maneuver around your bike rack, especially when it's fully loaded. One thing I like about this here on a RAV4 is look how much space or clearance I have behind the bike rack. That's really helpful, especially compared to, let's say, the Hollywood Rack's Destination 4 bike rack. We have to reach over and around the other bikes. Here, it's not as big as a problem. So anyways, once you have those wheel straps off your wheels, you then go over here to your ratcheting hook. What you can do is to just loosen the hook enough to tilt the bike away. But what I like to do is I like to completely remove the hooks off of the mast. So you just press this button right over here, and then you pull up on that hook. Make sure to hold on to your bike as you do so. You may want to have a friend help you out as you give it a little bit of stability. And then you just pull this clip right out and then push that mast down. And see how you have all this room now to lift your bike up over that bike rack, and then you're ready to go on a bike ride. Let's just set this bike aside so that we can take a closer look here at our hooks, at our straps, as well as at our wheel loops. So these have wheel loops. They can be moved back and forth along your bike rack to accommodate different wheelbases. The maximum wheelbase this can accommodate is 62 inches. They utilize this this thick rubber strap, so it will take a little bit of muscle to get that over the wheel and into those tabs to secure your bike. Now, pro tip from me to you is please put away your straps, even if your bike is not on your bike rack. That way they're not flopping around as you drive around, and that way your straps last a little bit longer. All right. So then we have our mast right here, and then we use a pin with a ball cam at the end to secure it. So when you have it up here, you put it right into that assembly to secure it, and you do the same when you have it in the stowed position. Just pop that right through, and that's really all you need to do. Let's also take a look at the ratcheting hooks though. So I'm gonna bring this right back up so that we can do so, and that way everything is nice and neat. So we have these ratcheting hooks. Depending on your bike's frame, you can interchange these. Use a short one on this side, the long one on that side. It's really up to you. That's what I do like about the XC2 as well as the XTC4, which is Swagman's line of simple bike racks. You can use them and kind of customize them to fit your adventures. They're nice, they're simple, they're minimalistic. They do require a little bit of levers and know how to use them, but that's what this video is for. All right, let's just pop this in to secure it now. Right there. Okay, so with that secured, this does have a weight capacity of 35 pounds per bike. So if you have a heavy electric bike, maybe not the best fit for you, but most bike racks do have a 35-pound weight capacity, which means most of your normal road bikes, mountain bikes, are within that range. Now, if you're going to take some measurements just to see how much length this adds to the back of our RAV4, we're gonna measure from our bumper. Let's go right over here. There we go. From our bumper to the end of the bike rack, which is right over here, it sits at about 41¼ inches away from our bumper. So that's a lot of length added to the back of our RAV4. Again, you are carrying around 4 bikes, so it's kind of expected. Still a measurement to keep in mind whenever you back into your garage or try to park into a tight spot. Yes, the RAV4 is a little bit more compact compared to your larger trucks, but it still may be something worth considering when you have your garage. Now let's take a measurement for ground clearance. Underneath our bike rack at this end to the ground, it's 19 inches. And then underneath our shank to the ground, it is about 11½ inches. So ground clearance is something you're gonna have to consider whenever you go up a steep incline, like a driveway or a hill. You'll want to consider ground clearance. Now we do have these at different heights. That's gonna help out with clearance issues from bike to bike. So your ground clearance is also gonna be a little bit different depending on where your bike is situated, but still a measurement to keep in mind. And another feature this has is while it does not tilt away with the bikes on, it does fold up if you want to make it a little bit more portable. To do so, there's this clip right over here holding this pin in. So take that clip out, pull this pin out. You may need to lift up on the bike rack just to give yourself a little bit of clearance there. And then fold this up against your vehicle. And then with it in the upright position, make sure it's lined up just so that you can push that pin through. It's always the hard part with having pins and clip designs on bike racks, which is lining them up when they are folded up. Let's get there, right there. See if we go from the other side. Right here. Okay, we'll keep that in place for now, but with it folded up, you can see how it fits here on our RAV4. Now it does have a bit of a more open design compared to your larger trays, but it still is a bit bulky behind your vehicle. So notice how our taillights are mainly visible through the wheel loops. Our back or our rear window is also really visible. This does cover our license plate though. And our backup camera is slightly offset towards the driver's side, but is also kind of covered. So you're definitely gonna see this bike rack in your backup camera. Just keep that in mind if you are concerned about full visibility in your camera. You may wanna take a look at the Kuat Transfer V2 for a bike rack with its unique goalpost design. Also, with it up here like this, let's take a look at how it fits into our hitch receiver. So this has a 2-inch shank, and it fits into our 2-inch hitch receiver here on our RAV4. It comes with that anti-rattle bolt as well as this lock on the end. This is also the lock you use with the cable lock that comes with the bike rack. Now I do also recommend picking up a socket wrench with an inch socket just because it's easier that way to tighten down this bike rack. It is a really heavy bike rack, so you might want to make sure you have the right tools to make your life a little bit easier. But the anti-rattle bolt holds it down and creates or decreases the side-to-side sway of the bike rack. Okay, my final thoughts about this bike rack is it is a bit on the bulkier side when it comes to a platform style rack. Of course, that's what you get with a platform rack compared to a hanging rack. So the pros of that is that it does give a little bit more stability when it comes to your bikes. Now that integrated cable lock is secured by the lock that comes with the anti-rattle bolt. So if you want something a little bit more robust, you can check out our options here at eTrailer. We also have bike racks that have integrated locks on the handles themselves. Let's see, Hollywood Racks has some good options, as well as our Kuat V4 bike rack. But again, those are your more premium bike rack options. If you are looking for a good affordable family rack, this might be a good option for you and your RAV4. So that was a look at the Swagman XTC4 bike platform rack here on our 2017 Toyota RAV4.
Here it is on our test course. We'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Next, we're at the alternating speed bumps, which we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. Finally, we have the full speed bumps, where we'll see the up and down action, which is just like driving out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.